Hello friends, today is the 16th day of Flutter and today we are going to see alert dialog widget. Now basically alert dialog widget is used to show some notification to the user. Like we want to show some information to the user, at that time we use the alert dialog widget, or else we want that user can perform several actions, at that time also we can use this alert dialog widget. So this alert dialog widget is displayed at the top of the app screen and at the middle of the screen. So the properties that are provided by this alert dialog widget are title, to give the title to the alert dialog widget, content, to specify some text inside the body of this widget. So for that we can use the content property. Content padding is used to give some padding to the content which we have specified for the body part of our widget. And we can give some actions by using the action property. So inside that we can create some buttons so that the user can interact with that and perform any kind of actions. And the last one is shape, to give some shape to the border of the widget. So these are the properties that are provided by the alert dialog widget. Now basically we are having four type of alert dialog widget. So first one is basic alert dialog widget, second one is having text fill inside that, and third one is confirmation alert dialog widget, and fourth one is selection or select alert dialog widget. So in that we can select any of the provided element. So we will see all these four kind of alert dialog widget in our coding section. So let's jump to that. So this is the sample given, this is the app sample given by the Flutter. We will simply remove this and we'll start from scratch. So first of all we will create void main method. Now we will use the run app function to run our app. So here is the class. Now what we will do, we will create one stateless widget. Here is that. We will remove the space. Now just hit Ctrl and S, you will see a black screen which is this container. Now we are going to create material app widget. Okay, we have, for this we have to import the material.dart, which is material design property. Now we can create one home. Now for this I will again create one class, so that will also be stateless alert widget. Now I will create scaffold widget at the root of the app. So this is the app scaffold widget. Now we will remove this banner by using the debug show check banner and will define it as false. So now it's done, this banner will be removed. Now what we are going to do, now we are going to specify the body. Inside that first of all just create one container. Now we will give it some we will create one child which will be raised button. So the child of this raised button will be text. Now we will create the first widget, that will be basic alert alert dialog widget. Now just hit Ctrl and S. Now you can see here is the alert dialog widget. Now by default it is disabled, so to make it enabled we have to specify, we have to use this on press property. For now just make it null. Now we are going to change the color dot blue. Now it will be okay. Now we will give it to the we will wrap this container inside the center widget. Okay, the option is not provide. Okay, what we will do, we'll just control X. Now we will create the center widget. Inside this we will specify this container. Now this will be at center. Now just have a look. Now you can see we are having one button and it is also enabled. Now we will create the first basic alert dialog widget. So for that I will create the first alert dialog widget, and we will call this widget inside this on pressed attribute. So just call this and we can pass the context. Now we will hold this context inside this. Now what we are going to do, we are going to use show dialog. Here we will pass the context and just we will create the builder. Now we will pass this build context inside this build context CONTE. Okay, wait, let me close this first. Now we will use this context and we will create this. Now we will return alert dialog widget. So now we will specify the title to our widget. So we will use the text. Okay, text widget. For that just give it as basic, as this is the first alert widget. So now just make this title as short as possible so that user can understand what is the purpose of this notification or this widget. Now we will create actions. Now we will specify one button and the child will be text and that will be okay. So just hit Ctrl and S. Now you can see on clicking this basic alert dialog button, you will have one basic alert dialog widget which is having one title and one button which is by default disabled as we haven't specified the on press property. So to make it enable, we have to specify this on press property. Now just hit Ctrl and S. Now just click it again. Now you are having this button as enabled. Now you can click on this. Now just change the color of this, like okay, just use this color property and specify the color whichever you want. Now I will make it as blue. So now just hit Ctrl and S. Now just again click it. Now you can have the colored button. Now we will specify some content to our widget by using the text property or text widget. Now this is for notification purpose. So this is the body of our widget. So it will be at below the title widget. So just click the button again. Now you can see here is our here is the body of the widget. So this is the first kind of widget. Now on clicking this OK button, nothing is happening. So we are going to use another property that is basically a routing property. So I will explain what I am doing in the later part of this event. So you can use this to just pop this widget from this screen. Now just hit Ctrl and S. Now just click this again. Now you can see on clicking this OK button, this widget will be popped out. So this is basically the purpose of this command. Now this was the first widget. Now we will see the second widget. So for that, just copy this whole widget and just paste it over here. Now we are going to specify it as text field alert dialog widget. So we will change this title as text field, and content will be now we can call this inside, we have to call this inside this on pressed, otherwise the same first widget will be called. So just call this. Now just hit Ctrl and S. Now you can see there is one text field widget, but till now we haven't changed anything. Like the first basic alert dialog widget is having the same content as of the text field alert dialog widget. So what's the basic difference between these two? So what is this? We are going to specify text field widget instead of the text widget. So what we are going to do, till now just hit Ctrl and S. Now just click it again. Now you can see you are having one text field. So we will specify the decoration property and just use this input decoration. Now we will give some hint that enter whatever you want, or else we can give what is your name or something like that. Just hit Ctrl and S. Now just click this button again. Now you can see there is some hint for the user that what kind of data they have to enter. So just on just clicking this, one can enter anything like what's going on. So this kind of data user can insert using this text field alert dialog widget. So how to access the data which the user have inserted? So for that, what we can do, we can specify some controller, like we are having text editing controller. So we are going to use this controller. Just change this as text controller. Now we will specify it inside the text field, that is text editing controller. Now we also have to call this inside, we have to pass this. Now for that we have to create one object of this editing controller. So text editing controller is equal to new text editing controller. So here we have created one object of this text editing controller, which we are going to specify inside this. Now it's done. Now we can save our project. So now what you can do, you can just click on this. Now you can we haven't printed, so now you can not see any difference, like Snehal. Now just hit you can't see anything inside this app or inside this console. So to print anything in console, what we have to do, we have to just print this text. Okay, we can access the data which are inserted by the user using this text editing controller. Now this was the second one, that is text field alert dialog widget. Now we are going to create the third widget, which is for confirmation, that confirm. Just paste the whole thing. Just use this Control C and Control V. We are only going to change the name. It will be confirm alert dialog widget. Now for this we have to create one object of enum data type. We can specify it as field. Okay, just create it as field, and inside that we can specify what confirm, or we can give some other like accept. Okay, now what we are going to just remove this thing. Now what we are going to do, as we are going to provide some actions to the user, like user want to confirm anything or user want to accept the message which we have specified. So for that we can use this confirm action widget. So what we have to do, we have to make it make this field as asynchronized, so that we can wait for the future confirmation. So basically what the purpose of whenever you will see in Flutter widgets, you will find you will find synchronized and asynchronized part. So what's the difference between the synchronized and asynchronized? Many of the interviewer also ask that tell me the difference between synchronized and asynchronized. So the basic difference between synchronized and asynchronized is that whenever any widget is synchronized, so it will wait up till that particular method or function is executing. So up till that other method or other execution will be blocked. That, and in if we specify any method as asynchronous, so at that time if this method is executing and as it is taking some time, so I can wait I can till that I can continue with some other method or some with other process. So for, by specifying this asynchronous, we can access the data in future also. So for that we can also specify the future. Okay, just have some space. We are going to, so the data provided by this widget will be available in future. So for that we are specifying this asynchronized property, that up till the execution of this widget we will continue with the next method or process. So we will use this. Okay, field. Okay, file. So we are going to take the values of this, and also we will specify this field over here, so that we can access the properties which are confirm and accept. So after this what we are going to do, we are going to create one barrier. Okay, dismissible, and we'll make it as false. Now why we are using this property? So if a user must tap for close dialog widget for make it for printing the value which are used by the this field. So if user is clicking on confirm or accept, so at that time the widget should be closed. So for that purpose we are using this attribute. Now we will just remove this. We will also remove this text field and we'll specify some text. We can specify that this is for notification notification the purpose. Now we are going to create two methods. Now the first one will be, okay, the first will be cancel, and similarly we will copy this same button and we'll make it as accept. Now what we are going to do inside this, we are going to use the field X property. First one is confirm and the second one will be accept. So this are the two fields which we have specified inside the field object. Now how to call this inside our main method? So first of all, just make it comment. Now what we are going to do, first of all we are going to create object of this field. Okay, the third one, just make it, we are not going to use it, so just wrap it. Now we are going to first create one object of this field. So create object of this field accept or some where, okay, ild will at attribute. Now what we are going to do, we are going to, now we have to specify this on press as asynchronous, as we are going to have the data in future. So now we have to use this confirm alert dialog widget. Now it's done. Now we can print whatever user have selected by using this field attribute object. So user selection, that will be dollar field attribute. Now just run your app again. Now you can see you are having, okay, we haven't seen the title, so this is the third one, that is confirmation. Okay, now just hit Ctrl and S. Now it had reloaded. Now just click on cancel. Now again just click on this button. Now you can see you are having one confirm alert dialog widget, which is asking for cancelling or accepting this particular notification. So on clicking on cancel, you can have the data like user selection is null, or on clicking this accept, okay, this one is printed that user, okay, we haven't inserted any data, so for that we will get this accept and cancel as null. So this was all about the third widget, which is confirm alert dialog widget. Now we are going to create the fourth widget, which is the select option alert dialog widget. So basically this select option alert dialog widget is displaying a list of items, so user can select any of that items. So just first of all we are going to again create one enum field. So for this select option, and we will specify it as like languages we can give, like C, C++, Java, okay, Java, Python, and okay, PHP. So user can select any of the data which are specified inside this. Now again we will create one future widget. As user, we are depending on the user selection purpose. So user have to first select any of the category, and after that we can print the data. So for that we have to create one future widget, and we have to specify it as asynchronous selection option alert dialog widget. Now what we are going to do, we have created this shop dialog. Okay, we have to change this select option. Inside this also we have to change that we have specified select option. Now we are going to make it as true. Now what we are going to do, instead of this alert dialog, we are going to use simple dialog widget. And because we want to give some list to the user, so for that the alert dialog widget is not providing any property for that purpose. So we have to use this simple dialog widget for providing a list of items to the user. So we can give some title inside the text widget, like choose any one. Now what we are going to create, we are going to create children, as we are having 4 option. So we have to create this 4 simple dialog option widget. So the properties that are provided by this are, these are the property provided by the simple dialog widget. For this we are having on pressed and child property. So on pressed we can just use this navigator, navigator dot pop context context comma. We have created select option. This is for the first one. So now we are going to create child. We have also provide what user are selecting. So for this is for C. Now similarly we are going to create for the other 3, that is for Java, for Python, and for PHP. So just PHP. Now these are the 4 list which will be shown to the user. Now also we have to call this inside this. Just make it comment. Now again we are going to create one object of the select option in. Now we are again going to wait for the data that are to be selected by the user. Now what we have the selection option. Now what user have selected, we can print it using this option property. So just save it. Now you can see that we are having 4 options. The title is choose any one. We can choose any of this. Now just choose Java. Now you can see, okay, here we are getting null because we haven't returned anything from this widget. So for this, what we have to do, we have to return from here, and now you can have this data, like just hit Ctrl and S. Now you can access what we have written, what user have selected. So now you can get that user have selected Python, or user have selected PHP, or user have selected C. So for that you have to return something from this widget. Similarly, we were getting null inside this also. So for that we have to return something from here, so we will not get null. So this was all about the uh, alert dialog widget and the properties provided by this widget.